Do you want to hear something that can quietly, slowly, but completely change your life? It's not a new gadget. It's not a magic formula. It's not some secret talent that only special people have. It's something much more powerful, something that anyone can use. It doesn't matter how old you are, where you come from, how much money you have, or what mistakes you've made in the past. This one thing can help you build a better future step by step. That powerful thing is called consistency. Consistency is not loud, but it is strong. It doesn't look exciting, but it quietly builds success. Most people don't fail because they are stupid or weak. They fail because they don't stay consistent. They start something, feel excited for a few days, and then they stop. They begin a new habit, tell everyone about it, feel motivated for a week, and then life gets busy. They get tired, and everything ends. But real success belongs to the people who keep going, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when the results are slow. Motivation is great, but motivation is like the weather. One day it's sunny and bright. You want to do everything. Another day it's dark and rainy. You don't want to do anything. That is normal. Everyone feels that way. Consistency is different. Consistency is what helps you keep moving even on the days when motivation disappears. That is why consistency is more powerful than motivation. Imagine this with me. If you read just one page of a book every day, what will happen after a year? You will finish a book, maybe even several. If you do 10 push-ups every day, what will happen after a few months? You will become stronger. Your body will change. If you practice English for just 15 minutes each day, what will happen after 6 months? You will understand more. You will speak more confidently. You will not be the same person you are today. These are small actions, tiny, almost too simple, but when you do them every single day, they create big results. That is the power of consistency, small efforts repeated daily. Many people make one big mistake. They think, if I want big success, I must take big action. So they try to study 5 hours in one day and then do nothing for a week. They go to the gym for 2 long, painful hours once a month and then stop completely. But real success does not come from huge actions once in a while. It comes from small actions done again and again, like a drop of water falling on a rock. One drop does nothing. The rock does not move. But drops falling in the same place every day, every week, every month. One day you see a hole in the rock. That's how consistency works. Consistency creates habits, and habits quietly shape your life. Think about your life today. Your energy, your health, your confidence, your skills. They are all the result of your daily habits. If you eat healthy most days, you become healthier. If you practice positive thinking every day, your mind becomes stronger. If you study a little every day, you become smarter. Good habits lead to success. Bad habits lead to problems. And consistency is the bridge that builds those habits. But let's be honest, staying consistent is not easy. It takes discipline. It takes patience. It takes self-control. Some days you will feel lazy. Some days you will feel exhausted. Some days you will not want to do anything at all. And that's okay. You're human. The key is not to be perfect. The key is not to give up. Even on the bad days, do something small. If you can't do a full workout, just stretch for 5 minutes. If you can't read 10 pages, read 1 page. If you don't feel like writing, write 1 sentence. Small actions still count. The goal is not to do a lot. The goal is to keep going. Now let's talk about progress. Progress is not always visible. You don't go to the gym for 1 week and suddenly see big muscles. You don't study English for 1 month and suddenly sound like a native speaker. That's why many people quit. They look in the mirror and see no change. They listen to themselves and hear the same mistakes. They think, it's not working. Maybe I'm just not good at this. But progress is usually silent. It grows under the surface. You don't always see it with your eyes, but that doesn't mean it isn't happening. Every time you practice, you are improving. Every time you repeat, your brain is learning. Every time you show up, you are moving forward, even if it feels slow. Imagine planting a seed. You water it every day. For weeks, nothing happens. The soil looks the same. You may think, did I fail? Is this useless? But under the ground, something is happening. Roots are growing. The seed is preparing. And then, one day, a tiny green plant appears. Not because of one big watering, but because of many small, consistent actions. That is how consistency works. You may not see results for a while, but if you keep watering your dreams one day, they will grow. Here's another powerful truth. Consistency builds self-trust. When you say, I will do this every day, and then you actually do it, your mind starts to trust you. You feel proud. You feel strong. You begin to believe your own promises. But when you say, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll do it every day, and then you don't, you lose trust in yourself. You feel weak. You feel disappointed. So every time you show up, even for just a few minutes, you're not just improving a skill, you are building inner strength. You are teaching your mind. When I say I will do something, I mean it. Consistency is also one of the best ways to beat procrastination. We often say, I'll do it later, and then later never comes. We push our dreams to tomorrow so many times that tomorrow becomes never. But when you create a simple daily routine, your actions become automatic. You don't ask, do I feel like it? You just do it. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't ask, am I motivated today to brush? You don't watch motivational videos to pick up your toothbrush. You just do it because it's a habit. It's part of your identity. That is the power of routine. That is the gift consistency gives you. Let's talk about time. Many people say, I don't have time. But the truth is, we all have time for what we decide is important. We find time to check our phones. We find time to scroll on social media. We find time to watch videos, dramas, or shows sometimes for hours. So it's not always a time problem. It's a priority problem. You don't need 3 hours a day. You don't need a perfect schedule. You just need a few minutes every day that you protect like treasure. Even 10 minutes a day can change your life if you use those 10 minutes well. 10 minutes of focus every day is more powerful than 3 hours once a month. And please don't compare your journey with other people. Some people will improve faster. Some will improve slower. Some started before you. Some started after you. Doesn't matter. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. If today you are just a little better than yesterday, you are winning. If today you are one step closer than you were last week, you are winning. Now let's talk about goals. Goals give you direction. Consistency helps you reach them. Think of your goal as a mountain. From far away, it looks huge and scary. You cannot jump from the bottom to the top in one move. But if you take one step every day, one small step, you will reach the top. Not in one day, but one day for sure. Many people fail not because their dream is impossible, but because they are waiting for the perfect moment. They say, I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll start when life is less stressful. But the perfect moment never comes. There will always be something: problems, noise, responsibility, stress, surprises. So the best time to start is not one day. The best time to start is now, with what you have, where you are, at the level you're currently at. Do what you can today, then repeat it tomorrow. That is consistency. Success is not about speed. It's about direction. It's not about how fast you go, it's about not stopping. Even if you move slowly, you will reach your goal if you don't quit. Remember, this slow progress is still progress. Now let's look at how consistency changes your mindset. When you do something every day, you start to think in a new way. You stop looking for excuses. You stop blaming other people. You start taking responsibility. You begin to say, I will do my part. Not the world must change first. Not other people must help me, but I will show up for myself. That mindset makes you powerful. That mindset makes you a winner. Many people focus only on results. They ask, where is my success? Where is my reward? But results come from routines. If you want better results, you must build better routines. And if you want better routines, you must stay consistent. Here's something important to remember. Discipline is more important than motivation. Motivation is like a firework, beautiful and bright, but very short. Discipline is like a river. It keeps flowing day after day. Consistency builds discipline, and discipline gives you freedom. When you are consistent, you have more time, more focus, more energy. You don't waste mental energy asking yourself, should I do it? Should I skip it? Maybe later. You already decided. You just do it. Now think about long-term success. The world loves quick results. Lose weight fast. Get rich fast. Speak fluent English in 7 days. But real success doesn't work like that. Olympic athletes train for years before they win one medal. Writers work for months or years on a single book. Business owners spend years building their companies before they become successful. Behind every success, you see there is a long, quiet story of consistent work that you don't see. Social media shows us the highlight, the final moment, the trophy, the celebration, the big number. But it almost never shows the process, the early mornings, the late nights, the doubts, the failures, the days when they wanted to quit but didn't. The process is where the growth happens. The process is where your character is built. The process is where the real power lies. Consistency is not shiny, but it is strong. It is not dramatic, but it is effective. It is the key that unlocks almost everything you want in life. Whether you want to learn a language, build a career, improve your health, or grow your mind. Consistency is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Before we go deeper, take 1 second right now. If this message is speaking to you, if you want English and self-improvement to be part of your daily life, hit subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications. That small click is your first consistent step so we can grow together, lesson by lesson, day by day. Now here are some simple practical tips to help you stay consistent. 1. Start small, 1 step at a time. When people begin something new, they feel excited. That excitement is powerful but also dangerous. They say, I will study English for 3 hours every day. I will exercise for 2 hours every morning. I will completely change my life starting tomorrow. For a day or two, maybe it works. Then they feel tired. Then they miss one day, then another, and soon everything stops. That's why it's so important to start small. Begin with one simple action. Something so easy you can do it even on your busiest, laziest day. Instead of studying for an hour, start with just 10 minutes a day. Instead of doing 100 push-ups, start with 5. Instead of reading a full chapter, read 1 page. The smaller your first step, the easier it is to repeat it. Starting small helps your brain feel safe. It says, this is easy. I can do this. I don't need to be afraid. Over time, as you repeat the small action every day, your mind becomes stronger. Your habit becomes a natural part of your routine. Later, you can increase the time or effort slowly. But in the beginning, make it so small that you cannot fail. 2. Be clear. Know exactly what to do. If your goal is not clear, your mind gets confused. You might say, I want to study more, or I want to be healthier, or I want to improve my English. These dreams sound nice, but they are too vague. When your goal is not specific, it's very easy to delay it. You tell yourself, I'll do it later, because you don't really know what it is. So the second tip is be very clear and specific. Know exactly what you will do, when you will do it, and for how long. Not, I'll practice English, but I will practice English for 15 minutes every day at 7 p.m. Not, I'll exercise more, but I will walk for 15 minutes after dinner every day. That is a clear plan. You know what to do. You know when to do it. You know when you are finished. This clarity removes doubt and stress. It makes your routine automatic. You don't have to negotiate with yourself every day. You just follow the plan. You are no longer asking, should I do it now? You're simply saying, it's 7 o'clock p.m. Time to practice. That small change in language can create a huge change in your life. 3. Use a timer or a checklist. Track your progress. One of the hardest parts of long-term goals is that results are slow. When results are slow, it's easy to feel discouraged. You might think I am working, but nothing is changing. That feeling can push you to quit. Tracking your progress is a powerful way to fight this. Set a timer for 10, 15, or 20 minutes when you begin your activity. During that time, focus completely. Your mind relaxes because it knows there is a clear start and a clear end. When the timer stops, you feel good. You did what you promised. You were consistent. You can also use a calendar notebook or habit tracking app. Each day you complete your habit, put a big check mark, a star, or a happy face. At first you have 1 mark, then 3, then 7, then a long line of days where you showed up. That line is not just ink or pixels, it's proof. Proof that you are trying. Proof that you are changing. Proof that you are becoming the kind of person who doesn't quit. You can look back and say, wow, I've been doing this for 10 days, for 30 days, for 2 months. That feeling creates momentum. You don't want to break the chain. You want to continue. Progress you can see is progress you will believe in. 4. Stay flexible. Life is not perfect. Life will not always follow your plan. Some days are easy, some are difficult. You may feel sick. You may have family problems. You may have extra work stress or emotional pain. That is normal. That is life. Many people fail because they are too strict with themselves. They say, I must never miss a day. Then one day something happens they miss and they feel like a failure. They feel guilty, ashamed, disappointed. So they give up completely. Remember, this missing 1 day is okay. Missing 1 week is also something you can recover from. What matters most is not that you never miss, but that you always come back. The secret to long-term consistency is flexibility. If you can't do your full routine, do a smaller version. If you miss a day, forgive yourself and return the next day. Don't say I failed. Say I had a tough day, but I'm back now. Flexibility is not weakness. It is wisdom. It allows your habits to survive real life, because real life is not perfect. 5. Celebrate small wins. Be proud of every step. We often think we should only celebrate big results, the big promotion, the big exam, the big transformation. But real success is built from small wins. Every day you show up, even for a few minutes, is a win. Every page you read, every new word you learn, every 10-minute walk, these are victories. Why is celebrating so important? Because celebrating small wins trains your brain to enjoy the process. When you finish your habit, take a moment. Smile and say, yes, I did it today. Give yourself a high five. Play your favorite song. Drink a warm cup of tea. Take one deep breath and feel the pride. You don't need to wait for a big change to feel good. Let every effort be a reason to feel grateful for yourself. When you feel proud of your consistency, it becomes part of your identity. You begin to say, I am the kind of person who shows up. I keep my promises. Once something becomes part of your identity, it becomes easier and easier to repeat. And remember, you don't need to feel motivated to take action. Very often, action creates motivation. Once you start, even if you didn't feel like it, you often feel better. You feel lighter, stronger, more in control. That positive feeling pushes you to continue tomorrow. Now let's really understand what consistency gives you. When you build the habit of showing up every day, you don't just change one small area of your life. You slowly change who you are. Let's explore some of the biggest rewards of consistency. 1. Better skills. You learn and improve faster than you think. When you do something every day, your brain adapts. Your hands move more smoothly. Your words come more easily. Your understanding becomes deeper. You make fewer mistakes. This improvement does not come from talent alone. It comes from repetition. Imagine your English practice. If you speak, read, or listen just a little every day, your skills will grow faster than you expect. At first, it may feel slow. You may think, I still make mistakes. I still forget words. But after a few weeks or months, you will suddenly notice something. You understand more. You can answer more quickly. You can follow conversations that used to feel impossible. That is the power of daily practice. Most people wait until they feel ready or feel inspired to practice. But the truth is, you feel more inspired after you act, not before. When you are consistent, you begin to enjoy learning. It becomes something you look forward to, not something you fear. You feel proud of your progress. And that pride becomes energy. So if you want to be great at anything, English, music writing, cooking, coding, consistency is your superpower. 2. More confidence. You start believing in yourself. Confidence is not magic. It doesn't fall from the sky. It is built. The more you do something, the more comfortable you feel. The more times you face a fear, the smaller that fear becomes. When you practice a habit again and again, it becomes part of who you are. You stop saying I can't and start saying I can because I've done it before. At the beginning, you might be scared to speak English. You worry about grammar. You worry about pronunciation. You worry about what other people will think. But if you speak a little every day, even alone in your room, your confidence will grow. One day you will talk to someone in English and realize that your heart is not beating so fast. Your hands are not shaking. You are just speaking. And then you will think, wow, I just did that. That moment is not an accident. It is the result of all the small, consistent actions you took. Consistency gives you evidence. Evidence that you can do hard things. Evidence that you can grow. When you have that evidence, you feel unstoppable. 3. Better health. Small daily actions, big long-term results. When we think about health, we often think about big efforts, long workouts, strict diets, huge changes. But your body and your mind respond best to what you do every day. A 15-minute walk every day may not seem like much, but in 30 days, that's 450 minutes. That's over 7 hours of movement. Your legs become stronger. Your heart becomes healthier. Your mood improves. Your sleep gets deeper. Or maybe you drink more water each day, or eat one extra fruit, or stretch for 5 minutes each morning. These actions are simple, but done consistently, they can completely change how you feel. The same is true for your mental health. If you take 5 to 10 minutes a day to breathe deeply, journal, or sit in quiet, your mind becomes calmer. You react less to stress. You feel more in control of your emotions. You don't need extreme changes. You need small positive actions done again and again. 4. A stronger mindset. You learn patience, focus, and discipline. Consistency is not always comfortable. There will be days you feel bored, days you feel tired, days you feel discouraged. But when you show up anyway, you are training your mind to be strong. You learn patience, the ability to wait for results without giving up. You learn focus, the ability to ignore distractions and pay attention to what really matters. You learn discipline, the ability to do what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is not about being hard on yourself. It's about honoring your future. It's about saying, I made a promise to myself and I keep my promises. This kind of mindset is rare, but it is the foundation of leaders, creators, champions. When you have a strong mindset, you can handle stress, failure, and setbacks. You don't run away every time something goes wrong. You don't wait for perfect conditions. You just keep moving forward, one step at a time. 5. A better life. Everything improves when you are consistent. Now look at the big picture. What happens when you build better skills, grow your confidence, take care of your health, and strengthen your mindset? Your whole life begins to change. You start to feel proud of who you are becoming. You trust yourself more. You know that if you set a goal, you will work toward it, not perfectly, but persistently. This trust changes how you behave at work, in your relationships, and in your own mind. You complain less and create more. You regret less and act more. You live a life of progress, not perfection. Consistency gives you freedom, freedom from fear, freedom from excuses, freedom from the heavy feeling of, I could have, but I didn't. It allows you to say, I may not be the best today, but I am better than yesterday, and tomorrow I will be better than today. You become the kind of person who doesn't just dream, you do. You don't just plan, you perform. That is a powerful life. That is a meaningful life. So if you want a better life, don't search for magic. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't depend on luck. Look at your habits. Look at your daily actions. That is where your future is being built right now. Take a deep breath. Start small. Keep showing up. Let every tiny step be a quiet promise to your future self. And if you want someone to walk with you on this journey, to help you stay consistent, not only with your English, but with your mindset, your courage, and your growth, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment with one small habit. You'll start today and come back tomorrow for your next step. Your better life is not far away. It is already waiting inside your small daily actions. Stay consistent, stay strong, and remember, we're here with you every step of the way.